Welcome to the trailer analysis for the Samurai Shodown second teaser trailer that was revealed yesterday at the EVO lineup reveal show. This is the second teaser we received and it's the first one in over 6 months. So we finally have some new information, and this little 1 minute teaser or less has tons of information about what can we expect from the Samurai Shodown revival. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. First thing is you hear the Iza Jinjoni, which is what the old games also used to do, to say, the announcer used to say before the beginning of the match, which is get ready, pretty much. Alright, so here we go. We have our first look at the interface, the user interface of the game. So we can see the bar, we can see the power gauge. Over here we have the life bar, and then we have these Japanese traditional fans, which actually represent who the winner of which round, etc. Did this player win 1 round, 2 rounds, etc. Also, as you can see, there's no concentration bar or sword concentration bar. So this, for now, it seems it's closer to Samurai Shodown 2 than it is to Samurai Shodown 5 or 5 Special. 5 Special included that time control, well, not time control, time slowing down mechanic that you can do once you have you do enough concentration using your sword concentration bar, etc. This one, there's only 2 bars. It's the life gauge and there's the power gauge. So yes, it's closer to the first games, or probably the Samurai Shodown 2. Again, it's not going to be a copy of Samurai Shodown 2 because we already, as you're going to see, there's a lot of supers, mechanics, parries. We had parry in Samurai Shodown 2, but anyway, it's going to be closer to Samurai Shodown 2 than it is to Samurai Shodown 5 Special. Now, these two, Samurai Shodown 2 and Samurai Shodown 5 Special, are the top of the top in terms of the Samurai Shodown franchise. They're the best games. Some people prefer 2, some people prefer 5, but everyone agrees that these 2 games are the pillars of this franchise. So if it's closer to Samurai Shodown 2, that's great. If it's closer to Samurai Shodown 5, that's also great. Let's go ahead. So the first thing we see here, you see Haomaru jumping behind Jubei, and this is something that is in Samurai Shodown 5. So if you basically jump behind your opponent, he doesn't turn back automatically or quickly. So you have this little window to do combos that usually would not connect. So for example, and again, I'm just speculating here on how it's gonna work in Samurai Shodown 2019, but in Samurai Shodown 5 you would not be able to do this combo, which is a slash A+B then into a Kugetsuzan. However, with the fact that he was behind him, he's able to do that. So this is a really cool thing. Let's go ahead and see it here. So as he jumped behind him, there you go. Also, you can see the Kugetsuzan now does multiple hits. Now we're not sure if this is, I don't think this is an EX version of the move, because usually his Kugetsuzan does only 1 hit, but here we have, so if we count this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so about, I did go a bit strange, yeah, 12, so about 12 hits. Here we have a look at Haomaru, this could be in the introduction where the characters meet each other. This could be from a story mode that we don't know about. But anyway, he looks pretty awesome. Now it's Jubei's turn to do an attack. This is his Shoryuken, but then you see it has a modifier at the end that we haven't seen before. We have Earthquake, showing his butt bouncing move from the previous games. You can see there's a combo counter over here. And we have what looks to be a new stage over here. We don't know what this is. It's a bridge. Maybe they're on a small boat. Something like Ukiyo stage from Samurai Shodown 3. Maybe. Again, just speculating. And Earthquake looks as fat as ever. Then we have here Nakoru's special. This is usually a super. As you can see, I'm gonna go back here. She had the power gauge full, and then she's gonna use it to do a super. Now we don't know if the supers do disarm like in the previous games or not. And I'm happy to say that the damage in Samurai Shodown is still as beautifully big as always. Samurai Shodown has always been known to have huge damage when it comes to, you know, hard strikes or A+B or supers. So just look at that, and we'll see some other actually some other examples here in the trailer that way more than that. Another thing here that you can, I don't know if you've seen, if you compared, look at the kanji that we have in here. Now you'll see that this changes from one, you know, moment to the other. I'm not sure what it means, I'm not sure what it does, but yeah, it changes as the matches goes on. So yeah, this is Nakoruru stage, nature, animals. Looks pretty cool. Alright, let's go back to the next scene. Now look at that. We have Galford here with his dog Poppy, and as always, Poppy is an assist character, so you can use him to attack. In this case here, he actually holds Haomaru in a stance where he can't do anything. So Galford now has a free attack from what it seems, and he has a full super. And he, okay, first of all, let's go back here. Just look at that, how bloody he is. Look at his hair, look at his hands. So as the match goes on and you keep slashing your enemy, the blood from them basically gushes on you and you look messy as this. It's just amazing, the details they have, especially when you compare it. Look at his clothes, like all full of blood. And we're about to see Galford's super, which, you know, like he does his ninja like moves, which is something we don't see in the other games. Okay, another look at Poppy, and we're looking at Galford's stage. If I have to guess, this is the ship, the battles known from all Galford stages from Samurai Shodown 1 and 2, and then there's some spectators. So yeah, we'll have people watching the matches, because so far we've only seen animals. Good look at Poppy and the American ninja himself, Galford. Okay, let's just go back here. Okay, this is another super. So far we can tell that each character would probably have two supers, but here I want to talk about, there's two main things I want to talk about. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and mention, look at just the blood on his face, just amazing. But anyway, if you look over here, you can see that Haomaru does not have a POW gauge anymore. Now, if you're new to the Samurai Shodown franchise, there's a mechanic that appeared in Samurai Shodown 4, which is called the Rage Explosion, and I explained that in the history of Samurai Shodown. You guys should definitely watch that web documentary I'm working on. There's 2 episodes already available and 2 more to go. Anyway, once you go into that Rage Explosion mode, you basically sacrifice your POW gauge in order to gain instant access to supers for a very limited time. There's basically a timer. There's a new bar that shows up that starts depleting, and then in a few seconds it's gone. So during that time you can do supers even though your power gauge was not full before, or you can do what we call the Isen move, which is you press A plus B and C again. In some games it's B plus C plus D in the 3D games, and doing that allows you to do this very fast high damage move where your character just basically slides across, zips across the screen, and then it's, you know, like in animes and ninjas, the other characters does not even see what's happening, and then he falls. It's really high damage. You could kill the opponent if he has about, I think it takes about 75 or 70% if I'm not mistaken. Now over here, Haomaru does not have a power gauge, but he is gonna go ahead and do a super, and I want you to look at the damage he's gonna do. Look at that. I would say it's about, what, 60%. Galford has about 60% left from his life. So let's see that. Well, it did not show that. Hold on, let me see if I can. But actually, we have another example of the high damage here in a second. Okay, so this is here. I want to still see if I can see the damage on this one, because it looks huge. And look, okay, look at the detail on Haomaru's sword. You can see the, you know, the kanji characters engraved in his katana. It's pretty amazing. Look at his face. He looks much better, by the way, than the first teaser. Look at the black lines. It looks like a painting, you know, like a Japanese old painting. A lot of people compared it to Street Fighter 4, but really just go back and look at Street Fighter 4 now. It does not look, yeah, it could be inspired by it, but it's really is a huge difference. Just look at that. It's massive. Anyway, let's go ahead and see this one here. Okay, so a few things here we want to mention. Okay, just went back a little bit. Okay, so first of all, there's a parry move. This is a parry, and it seems that it's all characters will have parries. Parrying in Samurai Shodown is kind of a, you know, it's a whole different story. In some games, not all characters have parries. Some do, some don't. If I have to guess, probably all of them are gonna have it now with all the, you know, esports and FGC and whatnot, and it looks like a universal parry. So in this case here, Haomaru parries Galford's attack, which automatically disarms him. You can see his sword is gonna go flying and hit the ground. Now it's here. If he wants it, he needs to go back to it and pick it up. Until then, he'll have to use his, you know, punches and kicks. But it doesn't look like it's gonna be the case, because look at how much he has in terms of life. Well, this is a good 75-80%, right? And look what Haomaru is gonna do now. Just this is, so it's one strike, or is that a super? No, yeah, actually I think it was a super all along. However, he does not have the power gauge filled, but he does have, his life is in the orange. So maybe once you are in the orange area of your life gauge, you could just keep, you know, doing supers similar to, I don't know, King of Fighters 94, 95. Maybe that's the case. Maybe this is a different mechanic we don't know anything about, but just I want you to look at the damage here. So it starts like that. I don't know if this is a combo, but and look at how the whole atmosphere changes. So I think this is one hit, and then he connects it to a super. And look at the damage. Look at Galford's life bar just depleting, one hit after the other. Another one, another one, and he's still not done yet. Just look at that, she's amazing. This game looks gorgeous, by the way. She's beautiful. So yeah, look at that damage, and we're not even done. So this is a good 60%, if not more, damage. And then we finally have the logo, or the new logo for the game, Samurai Spirits. In this case, it's gonna be Samurai Spirits in Asia as usual, and Samurai Shodown for the rest of the world. just amazing and beautiful. Just it really is. Wow, I'm really speechless. I can't wait to learn more about this. So we have a couple more things at the end. It basically gives us a release window. Since this is gonna be on Evo, so it is coming in summer. They specifically said early summer, so we're probably looking at a May, June, probably. May, I think May is a bit too soon, probably June. Global simultaneous launch. Now, when they say simultaneous, are they talking about regions? Are they talking about platforms? Because we do know from that IPO that was released, that was, you know, held in December, that Samurai Shodown is coming to Nintendo Switch, it's coming to Steam and Xbox One, and of course PlayStation 4. So whether they're talking about platforms or not. The last thing is the game is going to be playable for the first time at PAX East, which is in about a month. It's at the end of March, March 28th, I believe. And yeah, this was it. I just want to show you just this crazy damage here. It's just, this game is just beautiful, man. It's just something else. Yeah, I think I covered pretty much everything. We have counters. Shows you a percentage of the damage that the counter does. So yeah, I didn't mention that one. There's a counter that you can see both in English and in kanji in beautiful style, and then it'll tell you how much damage your counter basically does. 6%. And then in another case we have here something, I think it's and Jubei looks wise as ever. Yeah. So yeah, there you have it. This was the teaser trailer analysis for the second Samurai Shodown teaser. The game is coming pretty soon, and we should be getting a lot of news and reveals soon. I mean, the game is in about 2 months or 3 months away, so expect to know more, hear more, see new characters, new stages, game mechanics, platforms, etc. So yeah, in the meantime, please make sure to like, subscribe. There's a lot of content, especially for Samurai Shodown, coming to the Neo Geo Now channel. There's also the history of Samurai Shodown. I'll remind you about that one. I put a lot of work on it. It's it's a web documentary where I go and in details about how the series was created, and I go about on talking about every single title and how it came to be, its details, how it was, you know, received by the critics, fans, etc. Anyway, it's a lot of it's a very important to understand this series before going into it, especially if you're new to the franchise. Until then, this was Neo Shiro. Thanks for watching.